make threats to me. Don't do anything like that. If you feel like you can't talk to me like a human being, then don't talk to me. Get somebody else to do it. But all you're doing is causing trouble for you, me, and you. Then I have to take time away from whatever you're doing to come see you. And I know you don't want to see me. You're going to have to deal with this. So...
not in the circumstances. Well...
I also need to find out, because I had to call out for the past couple days. Is it going to be excused once you investigate all of this? Can I use my vacation time to make up for any of it?
What day was it?
Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday, last night, and I guess tonight, because I don't know, I think he's working again tonight. So I'm going to give you a chance to talk to him, and I guess I'll get some people to sign the letter that said they saw it.
I'm working tonight, but what do you have personal days? He's not overnights. I mean, he's on first shift.
Now he's back on first shift because I know he's been here the past couple of nights on overnight. I have vacation time and sick time. I don't think I have any more personal time, but I have like a couple days of sick time and a couple days of vacation time that I can use. So then I can come back to work tomorrow, and he won't be here.
Well, I can't. I mean, it's still...
You have to investigate. Okay, so that's what I'm asking. You have to investigate this first before I can come back.
No, come back to work.
Okay.
I mean, it's a big building. I would just advise, and I'll discuss it with him and talk to him about it as well. But there doesn't need to be. He's a manager. He's going to be within the four walls, regardless of the situation.
That's fine. He just needs to stay away from me. That's all.
My point is, I mean, he's the time is that to be responsible for the entire building. So anybody in it is kind of under his jurisdiction. But let me talk with him. And again, just to start with, as soon as you can give me the statement, the better, so I can get started with talking with other people.
Alright.
Are you scheduled tonight?
I was, but I didn't know, so I was planning on not coming.
Can you come in later, or can you just, because you only have a couple days of sick time and a couple days of vacation, I'm fine with using those.
Okay.
Just make sure you put them in the system so we can get them.
Alright. I can come back tomorrow night. Start tomorrow night. Yeah.
You can get it back and give me that statement.
Alright, I'll go home and write it up tonight, and then I'll bring it back.
We can bring it back when it comes to work.
Okay.
I'll get it Thursday morning.
Okay.
Okay?
Alright, thank you.
That's awesome. Thank you. I appreciate it.
So when he asked me where I'm at on my write-ups in the computer, or disciplinary action that would have been taken against me, I found it very difficult not to just reach across the table and slap the Walmart right out of his fucking teeth, because I was harassed the whole time that I was pregnant, to the point that I was pushed to do the amount of work that should have been given to 3 people, and I was pregnant. And the whole time I was pregnant, the constant reasoning I would get from management, or disconcern over my condition, they would explain to me that pregnancy was not an excuse for not doing my job absent after my pregnancy. And came to pick up my check and realized that hours were missing off my check. Zane was not in the store at the time. There was apparently no one in the store that could address the issue, and so I came home and later called him. Once I called Zane on the phone and explained to him that I was missing vacation time off my paycheck and that my rent was due, and that as according to company policy, I was owed this money, and I would just like to come up there and have him pay me directly out of the cash office which they can do, up to 60% of whatever you're owed, and deduct the vacation time off my next paycheck. Zane McCusker then informed me that, quote, "This is not a bank. We do not make loans." After which I replied that I realized it was not a bank and that I was not asking for a loan and that this was money that was owed to me and that I did need to be paid it. My bills were in jeopardy, and I don't remember if he responded right away or not, but basically he told me no, this was not going to happen, and hung up the phone. So my rent was late. I had to pay your late fees, and I was never given the vacation time correctly on my check. And then about a week after that conversation, I came to work, and the one manager that had been kind to me during my pregnancy was a female, the only female manager in the store at the time, approached me and asked me what was going on between me and Zane, and I replied to her, I'm not sure, what exactly are you talking about? She then informed me that he had approached her and told her that she needed to fire me for any reason possible. And I know I had upset the man several times over the years. He felt like probably many times I had questioned his authority, and to be honest, I did question his authority because I felt that myself and other people around me were being done wrong by him and his managers. But I've always tried to communicate with the man up until this last incident in a professional and courteous way. If I ask you a question, we're both adults. I don't understand why you can't give me an answer to a question. So basically, I crossed the line one too many times. I was no longer pregnant, and I guess he decided to finally go in for the kill because he informed this manager that she fired me for any reason possible. She informed him that she couldn't do that because I had no write-ups in the computer, and she said he was completely shocked by that. And so he informed her that if she did not find a reason to write me up, that he would write her up. And she had been trying to get away from this man for over a year herself, and if she had gotten any write-ups, then it would have gave her one less ability to get transferred to another store, which she was desperately trying to do. So therefore, I got thrown under the bus, but I understood it. So she wrote me up for the only thing she said she could possibly think of to write me up for, which was being tardy to work. And you have to remember, I'm only like about 2 weeks back from having a baby. So she was pretty much writing me up from when I was pregnant, almost 2 months earlier, and had been late quite a bit actually during the last part of my pregnancy, because I was sick all the time, and I actually went on maternity leave about 5 weeks left in my pregnancy. I had to go on bed rest. I couldn't do anything anymore, and it was a very distressful delivery as well. So I've just been through all of this, these personal issues. And now to come back to having directly to walk back into, I guess, the shitstorm was really starting to wear me down. And then she left. She was no longer my manager after that. So I had a verbal write-up in the computer for tardiness. About 2 or 3 months after that, my managers for overnight were assistant manager Kevin and assistant manager Calvin. At one point, assistant manager Calvin had informed me that his boss, meaning Zane, did want me fired, but, and he was not the only manager to ever tell me this. I was pretty much told this by every single manager I've ever had while I was working at Zane's store, that Zane wanted me fired for any reason possible, but I was truthfully too good of a worker and they didn't want to let me go. I worked in a department that nobody wanted, and it was really more in their best interest to try to keep me as long as possible, no matter how much he wanted me gone. So, at the same time, assistant manager Calvin also bragged many times about having a hit list of people that he was going to get rid of, and told me that I was on it. He also basically told me that he would not be the person to fire me, more than likely. He was not going to be the person to stick the knife in my back. He was just going to be the person to make me trip and fall. So, it's just a lot to have to deal with, to go to work and just move some boxes around. Zane's baby is so ugly. The people at Webster's Dictionary have officially discarded the word ugly from the dictionary, claiming it really is more accurate just to show the baby's picture.